So guys, we made our way to the Jaffna Public Library, which is a very significant landmark. It used to be Asia's largest library, so the largest library in all of Asia. Burned down in 1981, completely destroying thousands of books. And we are very lucky to be here checking it out.
And now it's one of the most notable landmarks in the area of Jaffna. And check this out. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Very, very white building with these beautiful wooden windows. So it's very, very stunning just to kind of stand in front of this. And you even seem to have a goddess there as well. It's so beautiful.
So we had a little bit of a wander around inside Jaffna Public Library. Now this was rebuilt in 2001 after the Destruction Day, as they call it, in 1981. They tried to build it and replicate it to the original style of the building. As you might be able to see, it does certainly look like it has some wear and tear to it at the moment, but unfortunately we were not allowed to actually film or record in there, obviously, because it is a library. People are studying and, you know, reading over whatever text that they might be doing in there, so trying to keep it as peaceful and as undistracting as possible. So that's understandable, but it is a pretty cool building. Loads of different books. Most of them are in Tamil, because the majority of the population here in the north are Tamil people. So let's go to the next destination and continue to explore the significant places of Jaffna.
This is the most northern part of Sri Lanka. Ah, okay, nice. So we made our way all the way to Point Pedro. It's a little bit outside of the city of Jaffna, kind of like around 50-minute drive, I believe. And we came here to visit the lighthouse of Point Pedro. It looks really, really cool from the outside, and I'm sure we can go inside as well, I assume. Yeah. Let's check out this lighthouse.
Very excited. This is kind of the northernmost point of Sri Lanka. Huh? No?
No. I just asked if it's the most northern part. It's actually not. We are going to visit the most northern part after.
After this we go to the most northern.
The lighthouse.
Okay. Well, we're in Point Pedro anyways, guys, and we're very, very interested to include this in the video because it is a point of interest for people that do visit Jaffna.
Let's do this, guys. As always, I'm just going to turn the camera around. Hello, how are you? I'm just gonna turn the camera around and let you guys see what we are seeing. Let's walk in here. Oh my god, there's a ladder. Are we going up?
No, unfortunately he's saying we are not allowed to go because it's not strong enough to.
It's not strong enough.
We're too fat, is that what he's saying?
Yeah. We ate.
We're too fat.
Too much rice.
32
meters tall. Wow. Probably have a really nice view of Point Pedro.
I'm happy that we're not going up. I'm not on my hepatitis C vaccines. I'm not on track, so maybe good not to go.
Yeah, true. Wow, so guys, we happened to stumble across this absolutely gorgeous beach here at Point Pedro. We just checked out the lighthouse just over there in the distance, and now we stumbled across this absolutely gorgeous beach. It's literally golden sands, plenty of fishermen boats lining along the beach, and wow, the water is crystal blue clear. This is incredible. There's Naomi giving a wave. How clear is the water?
Why is the water so clear? Wow.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing. It's
such a nice beach.
It looks very, very similar to the Caribbean up here. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's definitely, oh my god.
His flip-flops are flying.
Guys, I have a thing about giving flip-flops away. Literal paradise is what it feels like here.
Did you see the eagles over there? We already talked about it.
There's a whole bunch of eagles.
There's like 8 million eagles attacking fishermen.
Yeah, literally hundreds of eagles just kind of flying in circles over fishermen's catch. It's really interesting to see. So hopefully we will be able to get a little bit closer to the action that's unfolding over there. Really interesting to see all of these boats and the condition that they're in. Very obviously abandoned. Nilukshan climbed right in. He's in the boat.
Do you want to join?
Captain Nilukshan reporting for duty. This boat is called the Merrill Marine. Naomi nearly face planted.
Nearly died there, I'm sorry. It's so cool.
It's amazing. Oh, the sand is hot.
Yeah, the sand is very hot.
Guys, we made it up here to where the action is with the eagles, and there's hawks. So much going on. There's clearly quite a selection of fish going on here for these birds, and there is hundreds of them just circling above us right now. Some of them are even dropping down directly in front into the water and snatching fish directly out of the water. This is something that we've never been able to experience up until now. There's even a dog and like hundreds of crows here. Wow. This beach also, it's one of the most beautiful beaches that we just casually stumbled across. Like, we were not expecting this at all, directly next to the Jaffna Lighthouse. So if you do want to find this beach, just look for Jaffna Lighthouse on Google Maps, and it's directly on the right hand side of the lighthouse.
I think the guy over there just caught something. Let's maybe have a look if he has some fish.
Yeah, let's check it out.
See what type of fish we can find here in the area, maybe. I don't know. Did he put it down now? He put the net down.
There is nothing inside, I think.
No. How many times can you say the word fish?
Fishing, fishing,
Fish,
fishing,
fish, fishing, fish, fish, fish. He put his net down over there.
Fishing and fishing and fishing and fishing and fishing and fishing around and doing some fish.
Yeah. You caught something? Small ones. Let's have a look. Ooh, what are you? What is it? Poor guy in the net. Over there are a few more, huh? Nice. Congratulations. Good fish. You know what type of fish they are?
Madawal. Oh, Madawal. So he says Madawal.
Madawal?
Yeah, I haven't heard that before.
Okay.
But I thought that he was there is a fish called Hurulla. It's like Kelavalla, Atavalla. That's Hurulla. But
nice.
yeah, it's a different one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much, Nandri.
Thank you, Nandri.
Anyway, if you're ever looking for fish, want to eat fish, go fishing, all of that good stuff, definitely come up north here to Point Pedro, because there's basically everything surrounding the topping of animals that live in the water, to not say fish anymore.
Oh, guys, so we just drove a little bit outside now of Point Pedro. We made it to the Sakotai Cape.
Check this out, they have a cool sign here. Sakotai Cape is the northernmost point of the Sri Lanka. So we are now where you are, here on the top. So if it is a clear day and you are very, very lucky, maybe you will be able to see India from here. But today I think you cannot see India, no? Doesn't look like it.
It's not a very clear day today. We have like quite a little bit of cloud coverage, but it's crazy to be at the northernmost point of Sri Lanka when just a few days ago we were in Udawalawa, which is pretty south. It's crazy to think.
Yeah, we made quite some distance actually from where we were. We went all the way in one go from Udawalawa to Anuradhapura, and then Anuradhapura up here to Jaffna. So there was quite a bit of street that we made, and wow, all of these colorful boats are so beautiful. And here it seems like you have not only Hindus, but you also have quite a bit of Christians up here. So you do see some churches and Christian saints in the area, which is really cool to see. Because obviously Luke and I were both Christians, so it's nice to see that part of Sri Lanka as well. Let's have a... Oh! Why are there so many snails?
For decoration purposes.
Decoration purposes. They must have found a lot of snails to decorate this.
So there is a good message for Sri Lankans.
Unity and diversity is the strength of Sri Lanka.
That's a good message we can give to YouTube channel. So if we get together, so it doesn't matter there is a problem with the economy or with the government, people can get together to get to make this as a better society or better country.
Yes,
yeah.
Of course. Everybody in Sri Lanka lives very, very peacefully with each other, at least nowadays, which I think is so, so beautiful. So no matter if you're Hindu, Muslim, Buddhist, Christian, and so on, they all live together. So nice.
Can you see India over there?
Eh?
Can you see India over there?
I cannot. Can you see India?
Surely not. You can see the Indian Ocean. But
We see the Indian Ocean.
India is over there.
Wow. But very far. Do you know how long on a boat?
I mean, 1.5 hours.
On a boat?
Yeah.
Oh,
2 hours.
that's
Yeah.
quite quick.
Very quick.
We took longer ferry rides than 1.5 or 2 hours, so it's very, very close then. This place is anyway really, really cool to see. And it's nice to think that we're standing in the most northern part of Sri Lanka. Guys, we are now at Keerimalai Pond, and behind me, as you can see, is the Indian Ocean. And here you can see is a fresh water well. Now, the other day we have been at the bottomless well, and it is believed that this well here with fresh water is connected to the bottomless well, which is a good few kilometers away, so that's very, very interesting. And people come here in order to cure diseases. So there were several people, I'm very, very sorry I forgot the names, that had, it's a history, it's the story basically, that had, for example, a face of a horse or a face of a mongoose, and they came here to this pond and started bathing in it, and they were healed. So they got their normal faces back, and that's why people believe here that you can basically heal yourself if you have a skin disease, if you are infertile as a woman, and so on. You can come here and then basically cure yourself from whatever disease you might have. And sorry, hello. And it is divided by male and female. So we were just seeing the male part, and currently we are walking through to see the female part. Oh, the female part is very quiet. Wow. Over there the male part was so crowded. Here it is very, very quiet. As you can see now, because you can actually see the ground, it is sand on the bottom. So it is, I don't know exactly why there is sand at the bottom, but it is not stone, as you can see here in the rest of the area. This is so beautiful, so peaceful. Wow. Malcha is so peaceful. It's nice, no?
Yes. Very nice.
So beautiful. The well.
Wow, really cool. Keerimalai is a very special place. I have never seen like travel vlogs of people here yet, and I did search for Jaffna pretty extensively on YouTube, so we haven't seen one yet of Keerimalai, but hopefully this will be number one, the first one.
Yeah, guys, so if you are ever in the north of Sri Lanka, around Jaffna, make sure to check out all of the holy wells here in the area. They are very, very beautiful, and it's a very special place, not only for the locals but also for us, a very special place, and we are beyond grateful that we are allowed to experience this today.
Keerimalai Pond is very spectacular. Jaffna and the northern province of Sri Lanka has so much to offer. I'm very surprised because Jaffna is a lot less traveled by tourists. Tourists, when they come to Sri Lanka, they typically tend to go to the south or maybe the southwest, or possibly, if they're a little bit curious, they'll go over to the eastern side. But very few people make their way up to the northern province, and I don't know why, because this place is absolutely fantastic. Also, something that I want to note as well, we were driving between Point Pedro and Jaffna, and I've heard a lot of and spoken to a lot of people here that say the taxes in Sri Lanka are very high. The roads between Point Pedro and Jaffna are absolutely terrible. A lot of them are filled with potholes, very undeveloped. And my question that I will pose is, if you guys are paying so much taxes, where is that money going? Because it's not going into the roads right now.
Now, because it is so difficult to navigate on these roads, we would suggest you guys to either get a driver with a nice car that can take you from point A to point B, or what Nilukshan actually said is that it's very good if you can rent your own motorbike or something like that here in the area. Now, a lot of times the guest houses here actually rent out these motorbikes. So if you ever come here and you're staying in a guest house, you might be able to rent a motorbike there and then get around a lot easier than it might be in a car or in a bus or something like that. So, and you would have the freedom for it as well.
How crazy is this house?
Yeah. So a lot of the houses here in the area were destroyed by the civil war that ended in 2009, from what I remember. But in the rest of the country you don't really see it. It was more kind of in the north of the country, or more predominantly in the north. And you do see a lot of ruins here, and we are able to actually walk into one of them.
Let's go check it out. You can see that it's quite literally just a shell of a house that is left standing, but we're gonna have a little look inside. Wow, roof totally gone. And Nilukshan said that you will find and you'll see a lot of the leftovers and the bad memories from the civil war here, situated kind of between Jaffna and Point Pedro. And actually you'll see quite a lot of houses just like this one in Jaffna as well. It's very interesting to see just quite literally just the walls and the foundation of the house is what's left.
Mm-hmm. It looks like this room here probably was the kitchen. As always, I find the kitchen.
Found the kitchen.
And if you look out, I kind of think that they had their own well out there as well.
Oh yeah, there's like a spring water well just outside this window. Spring water wells are pretty common. That's kind of what we just saw there with the pond. So you will see a lot of these spring water wells all over the northern province, in Jaffna in particular. But this house is absolutely amazing to see. Very sad to see as well. I'm sure the families that once occupied this home, they definitely never thought that this would be the situation that they would end up in. It's very sad. It's also very cool. I kind of feel like an urban explorer right now.
Yeah, we are the two urban explorers. But you can really kind of imagine what this house must have looked like when people were still living here, and I'm sure it was a very beautiful house.
Absolutely. Guys, after a very eventful day of exploring around Jaffna and a lot of the northern province, we found ourselves in this absolute oasis. This is like a farmhouse, basically an ecological farmhouse that is in the rural part of Jaffna, and it is literally heaven on earth.
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass.
So he planted a lot of different species around here of plants, from what I understood around 100. And this year, can you believe it, all of it is lemongrass. And he has 13 different kinds of banana. I don't know if you can see that there in the distance. There's a red banana, here you have a green one. And different types of bananas, a lot of teak plants over there and so on. It's crazy. This place is so beautiful. I cannot believe this. It's so nice. And they even have a natural fire pit here.
And a natural pool as well. They have a natural pool in the front of the farmhouse, literally, and they have a waterfall feature and everything that was installed on it. It's out of this world.
100%. This is Nisha, by the way. He's the host of this farmhouse here that you can rent, by the way, as well. If you're interested, wait, it's very dark. Maybe turn around this way. If you're interested in meeting Nisha, seeing his beautiful eco house and the other villa as well, we're gonna leave his details in the description below, so you can check that one out. Right, Nisha?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And he actually, I don't know if Luke already said with the water feature, he built the waterfall himself in there out of limestone.
Yes.
Limestone and cement, right?
Yeah.
And
In
they
between we put the cement to, paste it.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually I did it during the corona time. I was working from home. So I just used the time to do that.
It's a very positive time to use
Yes,
the
exactly.
time off that you had.
Yes.
Yeah, the freedom, more or less. I don't
Yes.
know, freedom of time, I
Yes.
guess. And this place is a little bit outside, right, of Jaffna?
This is actually closer to the Keerimalai, 1.8 kilometers from the Keerimalai.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually a village with farmers. And the soil is red and the pH level is around 6.5. So which is good for the farming.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I wanted to do, agroforestry here.
Mm-hmm.
So where you get the natural pesticides you are not required. So naturally that will you will get from the trees itself and the birds once comes in. So you don't have to have the chemical applications.
Wow.
So that's what I built it, and so agroforestry is here.
Mm-hmm. And even the fertilizer is self-made from the area, right?
Yeah, from the land itself.
From the land itself. So it's an all-around ecological setup. Yeah.
Exactly.
I cannot believe it. This is so beautiful, and it's so thought through as well. It's thought through to the last millimeter of this idea. It's so beautiful. No matter where you look at, sort of the way the trees are planted, the way the plants are around here, every single thing is planned. And if you look at it, you can really tell that a lot of love for detail goes into all of this. It's so stunning. No, it's not working. Wait. You're putting too much pressure on me here. It doesn't work anymore. You broke it.